Hey everyone, this is Alex with Comic Talk. Thanks for joining us. And today I want to talk a little bit about a lot of the things I've been hearing from other YouTube influencers on why CGC and slabbing is going out of favor. Be right back. Okay, guys, so welcome again. Hope you're having a great summer. And I just wanted to touch on this point because I find that it's rather interesting that suddenly a lot of the industry is becoming less and less attracted to CGC and slabbing. First, I think you all know that PCA is coming out. PCA has been a long time grader. They've been mostly on the card side. Now they're completely on the card side, the sports side, and now they're going to be doing comic books. So it looks like we're going to get another grading company. I don't know what's going to happen to PGX. I fear that they may be getting pushed even further down. I have a couple of PGX. I don't have a lot of them, but I think they're okay. I've actually done well when I've reslabbed PGX to CGC. Um, Now CGC is also changing a bit. They lost that lawsuit. I don't know all the details to it, but it was a $10 million lawsuit that they lost. So I mean, things in that industry are just up in the air. But I think CGC has the background, the money, and everything to continue dominating the space, no matter who jumps in. So okay, slabs. All of a sudden, I hear everybody saying they want to go to raw books. They don't want to have slabs. Look, here's the thing. I grew up in a world where there were only raw books. When slabs started, I was very, very interested in slabs because I think it set the the comic book grading process on an even keel for everyone across the board. Before, it was always very subjective. Like when I was growing up and we had comic books, anything that today would be considered an 8.5 and above, we just called near mint or mint. Everything that was 8.5 to like 4 was fine, and everything underneath 4 was really very good. And nobody really wanted anything that was like a 1.5 or a point 0.5. So that was that world. Now, in today's world, it's a little different. Back then, we didn't have the internet. If you sold anything, you sold it person to person. You showed it to them, you gave it to them. Only once did I make a deal over the mail with someone, and what I did is I traded an entire run of Silver Surfer from the 1969 series, 68 series, the 15 centers. I traded that for a bunch of Amazing Spider-Mans from like 50s through 80s, and I still have them. Actually, as some of you may know, I'm not really a dealer, but I am selling off my collection. I've had my collection now for 52 years, maybe 54 years, and at some point you've got to get, the reality sets in, and you realize that you've got to shrink down what you've got. Plus, my focus is now original art and also Golden Age. My real focus is EC Golden Age, and I'll pick up anything. I mean, Marvel, Mystery Comics, Human Torch, Timely's I love, but they're so expensive that I've been trying to get them when I can, but they're getting further and further out of reality for me. So anyway, going back to grading, why do I grade and why do I like grading? Well, because when I sell something on the internet, it's a lot easier for the buyer to trust that I'm grading correctly. And I want to remove buyer's remorse, and I also want to remove a chance for the buyer to come back at me and ask for a discount because they don't agree on my grade. I've seen that happen to others. I tend never to get that to happen to me, rarely. I think it's happened once or twice in the whole time I've been selling, and I've sold hundreds of stuff online already. Um, and by the way, I only sell on eBay, which I may soon change because There's some real nefarious characters on eBay. I just had somebody that took me for like $800 on an item that they said didn't work. It was an actual Star Trek phaser. It wasn't even a comic book. And what I learned was that it wasn't that it didn't work. All this guy was trying to do was trick me into saying I'd refund him. I refunded him the wrong way on eBay, and unfortunately, because of that, he never had to return the item. So he kept the item and his money, which tells me that this was more of a scam than anything else. So, we all learn. I learned that will never happen again to me. Refunds now have to be done after I receive the item back, which is the way eBay dictates it. I refunded immediately because I like to keep my buyers happy. And, again, good guys finish last. And I was definitely at the end of that race. So, here's an example, right? This Strange Tales, it's number 153. Nothing spectacular, but it's got an 8.0. I can tell them that it's off-white to white pages, and it's certified by somebody other than me, which means it's common. Now let's say they get it and they want raw copies. They can always break it out of the case. I mean, if they paid something that they feel is adequate and they want to break it out of the case, getting it to raw is easy. Getting it to CGC costs money, time, and effort. So, breaking it open, 5 minutes. So, guys, the message I have is, look, here's another one, just to show you some of the comics. These are all on sale on eBay. I have them all on sale. So, I mean, I've got stuff like this. I'm getting, I'm liquidating a lot of my Silver Age. And if any of you are interested in X-Men, I've almost got the entire burn run, and I've got it all raw. So if you're interested in any X-Men, send me a message. Maybe we can work out a deal, because I've got, I think, everything from 101, which is in the CGC, 101 to about 200, something like that. I'll be missing some issues in between, but I got the majority of them. So in any case, my message is, when it comes to CGC and slabbing, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think if you want to do it like I do, because I sell online, it's a good idea, and it's a good way to protect your buyer. Now, last thing I want to mention, Fantastic Four news coming out of Comic-Con. I saw the trailer. They say it's a pre-trailer. In other words, it's just concept shots and images and film that they did just as a test. I really hope so, because it looks really cheesy. I think Robert Downey Jr. is one of the greatest actors of our era. I love Robert Downey and anything he's ever done. I think he can pull off a great Doom. I think other people could have done it too. So, the idea that he was Iron Man and now he's Doom doesn't really bother me. I mean, he's an actor. So if he plays the part right, why not? How many James Bonds have we had? And they're all the same. They're all different guys. So it's not like the same guy always has to play one character. And it's also like the same guy cannot play various characters. So, I don't have an issue with that. I am just praying to God that we get the Fantastic Four we deserve, and not what we've gotten in the past. Even though the first one, the 2004, I thought was decent. Didn't think it was great, but I thought was decent. I'm really praying this is at the qualities of Endgame when it comes to Fantastic Four, but I just don't know if anybody really knows how to treat them. And of all things, please have Annihilus be the villain. If it's not Doom, they should go into the into the multiverse, find the negative zone, and find Annihilus. That would be an amazing storyline. And if you want to see it, you can go to annual number 6. That's the origin of Annihilus on Fantastic Four, and it's one of the issues that made me fall in love with Fantastic Four. But I am very biased for Fantastic Four. So in any case, guys, look, this is not a long video. I just wanted to cover this thing with CGC and slabbing. And one last thing. Everyone's talking about the end of comic books and comic books. Look, what's really beginning to take a beating is new issues being bought and sold overnight for 10x, 12x, 100x. What's not changing is Silver Age, and what is definitely still going up is Golden Age. If you look at Timely's or EC's, I think they've doubled or tripled in the last 5 years. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. Look forward to talking to you again. And please hit my like. Please, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.